evening, everyone. The theme for tonight is diversity, job done. Perhaps slightly deliberately provocative title, which I hope is really going to stimulate debate on this really important subject. Have you seen any tangible change since your group was set up and since this scheme was launched?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I think not necessarily, not just with Tunde's appointment and Alison Walsh's appointment, who's at the back, hello. And I think there's been a really interesting dialogue. And Tony asked me to join the board because I think, I've done a bit of work in the media. It affects me very personally.
Ade, I want to come to you next and ask you about the 360-degree diversity charter. Can you tell us whether you think it's going to make a real difference to the culture of commissioning and production and how you think that's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, we launched our charter earlier this year, and I think the big difference about the charter compared to all the diversity initiatives we've done in the past is it's changed how we work at Channel 4, it's changed how we do business. Every production has to go through a sort of tick on screen for diversity and a tick off screen for diversity. So it means now that diversity is the first conversation people have. So when you are commissioning a programme, every commissioning editor on the first floor has a conversation with the independent production company and says, so what are you going to do around on-screen diversity and what are you going to do around off-screen diversity?
Tunde, I want to come to you next, and obviously the big headline is the Creative Diversity Fund, the 2.1 million. Tell us exactly how this is going to work.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me. In terms of the funding itself, from what I understand, it's obviously one of the first things I tried to find out about when I joined. I understand it's actually an annual amount, and it should be no different from any of the other commissioning that actually takes place within the BBC. So the route of trying to get that funding is the same route you would do for any other types of commissioning. So it's a 2.1 million. It's annual.
Okay, Lucy, I want to come to you next. So Sky, the only broadcaster to announce 20% quota for target for on and off screen. Yep. And that's by the end of 2015, which I think raised some eyebrows when you announced it. How did you reach that number, that figure, and why?
If you've met Stuart Murphy, you know he's in a hurry. I think we all slightly feel life is short, and it's very much on our watch to make a difference and to make it quickly.
Act for Change was founded, I think it's fair to say, out of a sense of outrage at an all-white, able-bodied trailer.
Well, the trailer, as you said, it had no representation of anyone of any sort of colour, nobody with any disability, and there were only a few women in it as well. What we're scared of is this idea of deletion. The idea that when you imagine a world, this drama, you've created it, you've made it up, and then when you make it up, you seek to snip out certain parts of the real world.
Do you think the BBC has been slowed down by fear over falling foul of the law on this?
No, I don't think it's that. If there was one reason it's maybe not been as quick as we would like to see across the whole industry, there's not one thing to fix.
Kobna, what do you think of all this? Is this going far enough for you? Is this tough enough for you?
Well, again, it's all sort of talk until it happens, and I'm sure it could be argued that this is what happening looks like.
I want to pick up on the business case because I think people disagree as well about whether it's right that it should be based on the business case, whether it should be an ethical or principled issue. But the reality is that there is a business case, and you at Sky have been quite open about that.
It's what will get people to sit up and listen. We're in a business, we're in an industry, and we've all had nice conversations for so many years about all our good intentions. This is the only way to do it and to effect change quickly. And
surely it's been a business proposition, a viable business idea for a number of years. Why is it only now that the business case for diversity is having so much traction?
We really simply, we have customers, and unless we reflect what's going outside, we're not going to get customers. It's very simple, really.
I think for Channel 4, we see it as a creative opportunity. And when we launched our guidelines, the first thing that me and the rest of the team were sort of going around saying to people is, look, we're not trying to make your programmes worse. We actually think by adding diversity they can be better.
Channel 4 invented the wheel, and then they threw it away. And there were 3 spokes to that wheel: institutional commitment, leadership and vision, and money.
The package that the BBC has actually put in place, I think we need to give it a chance to come to fruition.
The work that the RTS has done with regards to increasing diversity is absolutely massive.